Hello everyone, welcome back to a new replay guest. Today once again, big innovation in the top left, spawning as the blue Terran. And in the bottom right, spawning as the red Protoss player, we have Dragon Phoenix Gaming party. An absolutely beautiful name for a team if you ask me. Now we see parting starting with a very famous build. This is the Maxpax build, which if you're not aware, maybe a year ago, there was a 14-year-old or 13-year-old at the time, maybe Danish boy, who invented a new build order, which quickly gained popularity, where you proxy your second pylon and build your first gateway on the other side of the map. So very different from a regular proxy gate, where usually you get one proxy gate at home. In this case, you immediately proxy it across the map. This allows you to start chrono boosting zealots, then go into stalkers. The Reaper at home gets defended by placing a battery at home. The only disadvantage is that if your gate gets cancelled, you don't really have any production. So eventually you still need to get a second gate at home, but it allows for a way faster nexus than a proxy gate does. If they build a low ground command center, you might be able to cancel it a lot of the time. It almost instant wins against people that don't SCV scout. But even if they don't SCV scout a lot of the time, you will still manage to get a lot of damage on. I really like, by the way, that parting is typing a lot while doing a cheese like this. Of course, you don't need to respond to anything if you're cheesing, so it's really nice to be doing that. Now, we have the Nexus going out at a irregular timing. InnovatioN scouts that. He's like, hey, what's going on here? Cybernetics core sees the complete lack of a gateway and it's like, alright, I know what this is. I've played against parting more than once. Command center gets cancelled immediately, which is the right call. Build a bunker on the high ground. Command center gets rebuilt on the high ground. You can do two things here as innovation. One, you can send the Reaper across the map to force that battery. Now, of course, the battery does get delayed a little bit. Ooh, actually, there's no battery. So I guess he's going to use the recall on the Stalker. But there's no Stalker. So recall on two Zealots and on the probe to deal with this Reaper. But this seems very inefficient for parting here. So good call by InnovatioN. Knows the builder. Oh! Jesus. If that had worked, that was the sickest around. Oi, 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 oi. That was absolutely crazy. With 2 units, he managed to block it into this little mineral patch. Ah, absolutely beautiful play here by parting, who now once again starts chasing his Reaper with his 2 Zealots, but that should never really work. I mean, you need to get some kind of surround. Yeah, we see parting attempting it, but of course, InnovatioN's macro is way too good for that. Where is that Stalker that parting built? Oh! What a terrible timing for a Stalker to get blocked in. So this Reaper will be... I guess this Reaper is just going back home. He's like, guess there's no Stalker. But he might be afraid of a Stalker showing up at some point. So decides to start scouting around maybe for a proxy of some sort. We'll head back here relatively soon. Twilight Council starts. Now, one of the many disadvantages of this build, and why it kind of fell out of fashion, is that if you don't manage to cancel the command center of your opponent, like if they cancel it themselves immediately and build it on the high ground, and you don't do any damage and the Reaper does some damage on your side of the map, you're very far behind in tech. Look how late this Twilight Council is compared to this factory, this starport. So any kind of 1-1-1 push might be difficult to hold. On top of that, this Reaper is going absolutely bonkers. Of course, that's not supposed to happen, but because the Stalker is stuck in between the gateway, this Reaper managed to get 5 worker kills, got full scouting information. If it gets away, I think parting might just leave the game, honestly. That's a good warp in. Almost gets another probe, but barely doesn't. This Stalker is still stuck here, hoping to one day be released out of his misery. Of course, once Blink finishes, he will be able to do that. InnovatioN sees it right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see some text showing up, as they've been talking an awful lot this game. Yeah, okay, recall gets used on the Stalker. This pylon gets taken out, and parting at least gets the Stalker back. But this economic situation isn't quite what you want it to be. You want to be up 8-9 workers at this point. His Blink is extremely late, his Robo is extremely late, so he's just going to be kind of behind, at least for the next minute or so. Well, 2-3 minutes until something happens where we can say, okay, this is fine for parting. Parting now is in an okay position again. This kind of build that Innovation is doing is going to be a 1-1-1 push, most likely. She's building a lot of Marines. We see a second tank being constructed as well. Turret is on the way, so I think Innovation is afraid of some kind of Dark Templar play here. Also starts a Raven. I was gonna say he's gonna push out with this, but if he builds a Raven, a lot of the time you don't see a push. As I speak, he starts moving out, so I'm glad I know so much about this game. I've only been playing this for 10 years, for 8 hours a day, so what do I know? Third CC goes down, should be followed up by 2 extra barracks over here and over here, which will then swap with these tech labs. But this is really the important push for now. Parting is not aware of this move out necessarily. There's no third base and he has a lot of stalkers, so 9 stalkers with blink might be able to do something if they can engage this army before it sieges up. This scout is extremely important because now he can get into position. He can perhaps, well, he'll take out a Cyclone, maybe take out 2 or 3 Marines as well before the fight really starts. The moment these tanks siege up, these stalkers are going to have such a rough time engaging into it. Of course, tanks do a lot of damage to stalkers. Oh, here come the stalkers, blinking in. 11 stalkers, of course, one-shotting a tank. So 2 tanks get taken out relatively quickly. Very good play here by Parting, who hasn't really lost any economy yet so far. Should be very careful of losing any probes, honestly, because the moment he starts losing probes, he will start falling even further behind in worker count. Like, it's nice that he managed to stop this push, but he's still on 2 base versus a 3 base Terran. His worker count is equal to the Terran, which also isn't good. But I mean, he only loses 2 workers, kills a couple of workers on the other side of the map as well. I'm not sure what killed those workers. Oh, I guess the workers with this push. Completely forgot that SCVs were pulled as well. Now, Parting needs to make something work, and something work he will make. As we see a 3rd base being proxied. Ninja bases, proxy gates, stalkers getting stuck. This game has had it all so far. An observer flying across the map. Parting is trying to get something done with these stalkers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Dark Shrine coming down soon as well. Just to add some chaos into this already rather chaotic game. Second bunker going down for Innovation, of course aware of the reputation that Parting has with Blink Stalkers. Probably the best Blink Stalker control in the world. We'll be seeing if he managed to get something done here. Oh, gets spotted by the Raven. Sees the tank as well by putting it into observer mode temporarily. Now we'll be rotating towards a different angle, hoping for some damage, but there's 1 tank over here. There's 2 tanks in the main base, which means there's 3 tanks total, and I don't really see a way for Parting to get anything done right over here. Decent blink forward, almost gets the Raven. If he gets the Raven, that would help already, makes his observer a little more safe. Of course, it's nice to get a unit that's as expensive as the Raven as well. We have a lot of workers being teleported towards this 3rd base. Now, once this base gets spotted, it's dead. But if the base doesn't get spotted, I mean, it's a free base, which you're mining from, which is a good thing. The point of the ninja base, I'm not entirely sure about. I would say if you're taking a ninja base, you also need to take a really fast fort, and you kind of fake your opponent into believing, oh, double scans by Innovation. Yeah, the moment you see no 3rd base whatsoever, I think you just start scouting for proxy Nexi or a ninja base in general, because it's way too late to not have a 3rd base. Innovation knows that, so that's why you should get another base. The cheese in this ninja base should be that you're basically taking a 4th base very fast. I mean, now that this is spotted, this base could basically be given up, honestly. So, like the thing that Parting needs to do now is he needs to stay on the map for so long, and the moment he loses map control for more than a minute, this base is dead. A single drop will be able to take out all of those probes. Now we have a secondary 3rd base, like a backup 3rd being set up, but I don't think that's going to play much of a role in this game, as we have Parting moving out across the map, being met by Innovation, who also had plans to probably go for the ninja base. Oh, Raven moving forward, won't be able to get any disables off on those Colossi just yet. Big fight most likely coming up. 5 tanks are sieging forward. Upgrade so far 1-1 for Parting against only +1 for Innovation, who is getting an armory and starting Viking production as well. Sensor tower will get taken out quickly by Parting, who is doing all of this with good vision of his opponent as well. This observer is absolutely paying dividends and isn't getting spotted here by Inno. Now we have, what is this? 4 zealots, charge is done, storm is on the way. 8 marine drop coming up here, and these boys, they barely missed the kiss. Parting didn't spot it. That's very odd. He was not paying attention to that medevac, and now this base might be a little bit vulnerable to this single drop. Something got taken out there, I'm not sure what. Where's that prism? Did it just die? Did I miss it? Probably did. There's no prism anymore. This drop is trying to do some damage. Good warp in here for Parting. Same time, Innovation is engaging into Parting's main army. Is absolutely going to crush it. Lots of marauders, lots of tanks. The stutter stepping forward. This is the first time I've seen that. And with the help of these Vikings, this does get pushed back. Of course, I thought these Vikings were going to fall for sure, but Innovation too quick. Too fast, too furious, really, for Parting at this point. Now, Parting most likely will be trying some kind of good fight with Storm, a Prism with Templar in it. Does he have Prism Speed? Prism Speed is here, so that will definitely help getting good Storms on his opponent's army. The problem is that Storms aren't even going to be that great, as this army mainly consists of very big HP units like the Marauder, like the tank. And sure, throwing a Storm on a Marauder is nice, but you're gonna need more than just one full Storm on a Marauder. And with splits like Innovation has been showing throughout his career, I think that's going to be slightly difficult. Scan forward by Inno, who does see, hey, third base is setting up, sees gases going down, and he's like, I think I might be able to just kill you with the, what is this? 8 tanks in this part of the army, 1 more tank being rallied forward. 2-2 is on the way, but I don't think Innovation is going to be waiting for that. Doesn't even bother leapfrogging forward, just like, alright, I think I have enough, I can just walk up this ramp and start killing your third base. Does scan the base trade attempt coming up here by Parting, but I feel like he just has too little units, and with a tank, second tank on the way, perhaps some Liberators, I think Innovation might be able to establish his main base. And if he gets to establish his main base, it means that the base trade will 100% fill here for Parting. Parting quickly trying to move into that main tank, is getting sieged out. On the other hand, we have Innovation just steamrolling through the bases of Parting. Natural already went down, third base is about to fall as well. There's a couple of goals here, second tank is almost done, more reinforcements coming out as well. I think Parting will have to be content with just killing the natural, killing the third base, and then he needs to kill basically all orbitals except for the main, and then somehow bank on this base, getting him enough income and taking a couple good fights with Storms if he still has Templars remaining. These Templars are so important. If these Templars die, I think Parting's gonna be in so much trouble, because the only way I see him have a good fight here is by getting good Storms off. It's practically impossible otherwise, simply because he has worse upgrades, or he's gonna have worse upgrades. 2-2 will finish, and I think his army composition without his Storm is also slightly worse. Now, even if he does get Storm, of course, there's a lot of Ghost already. There's no Shockwave upgrade, so that will be helping Parting. Oh, come on, don't do this, Parting. You need to save them. We're gonna need a recall on this. Like, you're never going to be able to kill all these Marauders with just Storm. If you Storm them now, they're just gonna get healed again by a medevac. This orbital is actually going down, so that's a very nice start here for Parting. But it's only a single orbital that went down here. There's still more workers for Innovation. There's a bigger army, and there's more bases. So basically, everything looks better for Innovation so far. Wait, what actually happened with the 4 Templar? I guess 2 Templar went down. Tried something, didn't work. Now these 2 get recalled, exactly like I said he should have done earlier already. A couple of Marines. And the one thing that Parting has going for him right now is that the 2 armies are split. So you have a big part of the army here, big part of the army here. As long as they're split, perhaps Parting can engage into one part of the army, but it's also completely possible he's going to get sandwiched by both armies. We see Innovation quickly moving forward. There's a big Viking counter. Even though it doesn't look like an enemy, but 5 Vikings against 2 Colossi. 1 Colossi almost dead already. It's going to be very difficult for Parting here. Parting does manage to snipe 2 of the Vikings before the fight really starts. Another Viking does go down, but this sandwich is just slightly too much, and Parting's entire army is falling down. Big Zealot warp in. Won't be in time. These Stalkers won't even be able to escape. 4 Stalkers make it out, so it's something at least. But I mean, what does Parting really have? 13 workers. He has worse economy than Innovation right now, even though Innovation isn't mining. But there's 2 bases, 2 orbitals, and a couple of Storms go down. I mean, they're good Storms, but it's just not going to be enough. Innovation lands the Vikings, and will be taking this game home. I'm not sure what parting is still praying for. There is a Raven on the way. There still is so many scans, so these DTs won't be able to do anything for now. Innovation is going in for the final mark onto that, the top right base that parting still has with the Dark Shrine. 2 workers do go down, but a scan and a turret make quick work of that DT. And really parting just being so far behind from the start of the game, it feels like he never really had a chance, and after his ninja base got spotted, it was all over for him. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, as that helps me a lot. And recommend this video to a friend, of course, especially if they're not into StarCraft. Be like, hey, this was great, you should watch it as well. There's nothing else to do anyway. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and see y'all tomorrow for a new video. Bye bye.